Hello, Gary Champion, psychic medium and healer, with a video warning and a schedule. April the 9th, free readings in the chat room of my YouTube channel, Gary Champion, psychic medium. 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, USA. April the 23rd, free healings in the chat room, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, USA. That's my little bookkeeping stuff, I guess you'd call it. Today's video is about a warning that periodically I get some really odd things that are reported to me, and it's sort of part of my duty to talk about it. In some cultures, it's called the evil eye, evil spirit, dark cloud hanging over me. I call it the stink eye, whatever. People believe they've had a curse put on them. Very common one, and it's common among Hispanics. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know Hispanic culture well enough to venture a guess, but I believe it's always been there. And they go to a Hispanic reader, it's common, because maybe they don't speak English, they only speak Spanish, so they go to a Spanish reader, someone who calls themselves a medium that'll get this evil spirit off of you, or stink eye, or whatever you believe it is. And usually the price is $5,000. I've worked all over the country, and that's usually the price it comes to. Why? Because they're only going to hit you once. When you try and find them, they're gone. They took that $5,000 and moved on to some other place. And they won't take your calls. They're not going to, well, but the evil spirit's still here. Yeah. Maybe they didn't get the word. But they have depends on where you're living, they have a ritual for it. You know, they can cover you in a protective shawl. They give you crystals and things to hold up and say things, and then the evil spirit is gone. And no, even if there were an evil spirit, you can't get rid of it. But there's not any such thing as an evil spirit. What you have is some relative who's passed, or a guide of yours is trying to tell you something, and you're not listening. So often they can be demonstrative. They can knock things over. They can fling pictures off a wall. I've seen that one myself. And close doors, flick lights off and on, knock the wall, hit the wall. They desperately want you to know they're there, but usually there's a reason for it. They don't just. Most people who have relatives that have passed, like their mother, they know they're there. You don't need to tell them. They'll tell you. My mother's around me all the time. This is about saving you from something stupid that you're going to do. Don't buy that car. Don't buy that house. Don't date this man. A variety of things. And why would they do such a thing? Because they want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you make mistakes. And the difference between having a good life and a bad life is mistakes. People are basically the same. If you know it's a bad idea to do. Now, there are people who know that it's a bad idea to do something, and they do it anyway. They date that man, but they're attracted to him. They're not going to, it's a visceral thing. It's hard to dodge if you're attracted to a man. Usually they're the wrong kind of man. Anyway, or it's possible that the evil spirit is on you because you're like me. And a lot of people are becoming more like me, very, very sensitive, and they hear voices and they feel things and they get touched, their hair gets pulled. They're trying to get your attention. It's not an evil thing. They haven't hurt you in any way. They've just spooked you. They've scared you. And usually they're sorry about that, but usually you're right on the brink of making a bad mistake and they want to stop you. They want to say, don't do this thing, do this thing, trying to make your life better. But we don't listen. And then they start banging things, and now you think it's an evil spirit that's got a hold of you. There's a cloud over you, the evil eye. Someone's put a curse on you. That's my favorite one. I've heard that a lot, more than anything else. Yes, this woman, she put a curse on me. She told me she put a curse on me. You can't curse anybody. It's more folklore than anything else. Voodoo exists if you believe in it. Something I learned real early. They can cast spells all they want and throw stuff in the air and do incantations that they never have affected me any. Why? Because I don't believe in them. If I believed in them, then yeah, I'd be affected by them. Mind's a strange thing. If you believe you have an evil spirit or a cloud or the evil eye or something has befallen you, someone's put a curse on you, then it's true. If you don't believe in it, it's not true. It's just that simple. Anyways, a lot of these scams going around as usual, and then a couple of times a year I hear about them. Someone comes to me, "What? I paid all this money, and she still has these problems," and then you figure out that it's a girl's grandmother or aunt or ex-husband or any number of people who are on the other side that just want to. Sometimes it's just they want to say hello. Yeah, happy birthday. That's a big one. They like that one. Or the anniversaries you have. They like to. They're not trying to spook you, but that's a result. When something touches you, you can't see it. That has a result of it's kind of. And the first time I felt it, I was 6 years old. I remember the first time. It was my grandmother. But it spooks you when you don't see anybody there and they're touching you. You can feel a hand. It's usually, another one is you made a lot of bad mistakes in a row, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And they can convince you, you go to a medium and they can convince you that there's something wrong with you, that you have an evil spirit in you, controlling you. That it's easy to blame an evil spirit or a curse instead of saying, I messed that up. I did these 4 or 5 things in a row that were really, really stupid. And I created this sense of failure. And in life, we like to blame somebody else. Well, if he hadn't done that, then I wouldn't have done this and I wouldn't be where I am today. It's all his fault. It's easy to do that rather than take blame because you made all these bad choices. It makes you feel better to say, well, it's that guy. He did that. He made me marry him. Now I'm stuck 20 years with a bad man. No, you chose him. No one made you do that. No evil spirit. But we don't like to take the hit for doing stupid things or harmful things. So beware. A lot of evil spirit correcting going on out there. And it's $5,000 is the price. It doesn't go above it, doesn't go below it. It's usually $5,000. And they learn that, Hispanic readers learn that from other Hispanic readers. That Hispanic people generally believe in curses and evil spirits, and you can convince him. And no, you can't. You can't make a spirit. They're not even in this dimension. What makes you think you can make something in another dimension go away because you want it to? You can't. That's the truth of it. I know people pay a lot of money to have their houses smudged, and they light this. I can't remember what it is, and they go around. Okay, the evil spirits are gone now. $5,000, and they're not gone because they're laughing at you. You think a bit of smoke in this world will affect a spirit in another world? It's never happened, as far as I know. They just think you're silly. You paid a lot of money for nothing. Real mediums don't smudge. That's something you've learned from taking a class or seeing it on YouTube or something. Anyway, have the 2 classes coming up. April the 9th is free readings. The 23rd is free healings. 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, USA, on the YouTube site, my YouTube site called Gary Champion Psychic Medium. And you have to be in the chat room, logged in, checked in, whatever you do. And both of them have been a lot of fun. So, I have a great time. And look forward to seeing you there. The healing one. There's a lot of good healers in there that will charge up that room with their energy and make everybody feel better. Hopefully, cure some things, make pain go away. Anyway, so we had a good healing thing Sunday. We did a Zoom healing, and I think 13 people signed up for it, and 9 showed up. I think there's always that you can sign, and it was free. How could you miss a free healing? Cost you nothing. You signed up for it, and it didn't show up. And I have already heard from one who just felt so bad that day. She laid down and went to sleep. That's pretty bad. That class would have probably helped her, but she just felt so bad. That's a good excuse. You feel bad. It's just hard to even get out of bed sometimes, and that's a tough one. And some people are having such debilitating pain. And this kind of healing is good for that. It does relieve it. I can hear Peanut the Wonder Dog is starting to play in the other room. So I'm going to let you go. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.